All right, here's one for you. I have been thinking about this for quite a while, how to explain this as I meet people. And when I meet people and make friends and that sort of thing, a lot of people want to do their version of spiritual stuff with me. I don't want to do that. I'm not saying that to be like, a lot of people might think like, oh, that's elitist is the word my guides are giving me. That's not what this is about. I am in a place where my life is at such a frequency that when I said I saw the unicorn the other day, I wasn't meditating. When I say I see giants, I'm not meditating. I'm not doing breath work. I'm not doing activities that bring me to that state of consciousness. And I was like, how do I explain this to people, guys? Because I'm like, every time I have to say, oh, I'm sorry, but I don't meditate, I'm not interested in that, I feel like I'm kind of being perceived as elitist is the word. And that's not the case. It's not what we're doing. My life is the frequencies of everything I've experienced. The only time I have to sit down and truly meditate is when my guides ask me to, or to do techniques to bring the experiences that are needed. They tell me, go do this, go do that. And then I go, okay. And that means that a frequency is coming that I'm not used to experiencing. That's the key. Most of you are in a space of learning and attuning to all of these frequencies. So when you meet me and I say things like, I don't meditate, what I mean is my life is so much at that frequency. Like I have embraced that frequency. I am that frequency, that I don't meditate to do the things that people want me to do with them. And for me, it's no fun to do that. It's not interesting because that's my life. I live it. A lot of people are like excited because they want to do that for fun with me. And I'm like, I just want to hang out and have a conversation. I want to do something more human. I want to be a little more human because I live this every day. I see unicorns every day. I see a being standing over there right now in my third eye, waving, that is actually from the reading I just did, astrally projecting in. I see the faeries, the dragons, the unicorns, the angels, the extraterrestrials. I connect with them in a heartbeat because I've done it so much. The point of this is, for me, this is my life. It's every day, it's constant. It's not a game, it's not entertainment, it's not something special, I guess, to me, something unique. It was brought up when I did the Fairy Falls workshop. It was nice because the producer backed me up. Somebody had asked me a question and I was like, oh, well, you just have to be in my frequency and it's just part of my life type of thing. And he turns around, he goes, look, that's not ego. That's not ego at all. It's just literally who Will is. I have embraced this stuff so much and I went so deep with it and I just buried myself into it, like focused. And one of the reasons I can do it is because of my spirit art, because it brought so many frequencies to me that those frequencies are easy. For a lot of people, connecting to an angel is not an easy thing. Connecting to a fairy that is close to our vibration is not an easy thing. It's difficult. They have to meditate. They have to do breath work. They have to shift all kinds of perspectives and do all kinds of things. I did that years and years ago. And I do it so much still to this day that I embrace those frequencies. And as soon as I have that frequency, it's so practiced, it's so natural, that as soon as I have that frequency, if it's a being I've never met before, like the giants, the inner earth giants, I've met extraterrestrial giants, but inner earth giants, fairy giant types of beings, I had never really met them. I went out to the mountains, I could see them in the distance and I was like, oh, and then they came to me and boom, activation, downloaded. Now I just see them where they're at. No work involved, nothing of that sort. That is because I have become that frequency of being so active in this work, of being so experienced, of being in a place that I have done so much of the old beginner steps. Everybody is doing the steps. I have done that so much that it is natural to me, that it is easy. And so when I say things like I don't meditate, what I mean is I don't meditate any longer because I don't have to. I don't need to. I am those frequencies. A lot of people have to meditate to rise to the frequency, to see these beings, to experience them. I can be sitting there and just be like, unicorn just showed up an angel just phased through the wall, up XYZ. And all it takes is a few breaths for me sometimes to get into the mode, sometimes a little bit of energy from my guides. But there's not really anything I do anymore that is specific to being able to see and experience these beings. So I was struggling. I was like, how do I explain that to people? Because I'm meeting more people and I'm meeting people who are conscious, but their conscious level, I don't like the word level. It places hierarchy. I don't mean it as a hierarchy way, but the step of their path, this part of the journey that they're on is not as advanced or heightened or awakened as where I am. So a lot of people meet me and go, hey, I want to meet you and I want to meditate, or I want to, let's go do this or that, or, and it's all about spiritual concepts, seeing beings, greeting light, healing things, talking to trees, XYZ, 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 all this stuff. That's my life. So the reason I'm doing this video is to explain, like, as I meet people, if I meet some of you and you're like, hey, let's go do this, I'm not being elitist is the word. I guess there's some people might be perceiving me as elitist in this capacity. That's not the case. The case is, imagine doing something every day, every second, every minute, just being so tapped in. And a lot of you can, because it's like your work, your day job. You do it all day long. You come home, you don't want to do that thing. You want to do something else. You want to experience something else, something different. For me, that's deep conversation, friendship, playing games, doing things that are more human, on a human level, interacting, talking about my experiences in that. But I'm not in work mode, and I'm in work mode all day long for the most part. So that's the explanation of it, is as you go forward on your journey, it will become so natural to you, and it should become so natural to you, that you just like change the frequency in your field and boom, you're doing it. Grading light, just shift my frequency and focus, boom, it's coming through. Want to see a fairy, shift my frequency and focus, boom, it's happening. There is a stage and a level of integration that happens where you are that thing that you're practicing, that you're doing, and you don't have to do the other stuff anymore. That's why I teach that way. And I teach people, do the meditations now, do this work now, but remember, it's a tool. It's just a tool. You are that thing, that reality, that creation, that experience. You are that. And this idea that you have to have the tool all the time is actually old paradigm, old reality type stuff, old vibration, not of new earth. You are the frequencies that you decide to embody, and those frequencies include the techniques that or the worlds you're trying to experience and all that. Embrace those frequencies as much as you can. Do it, practice patience, persistence, and you just become it. Love you all. Grateful for you all.